Hello, 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 and good afternoon. Welcome, parents, family, and friends. We invite you all to please find your seats and settle in. All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mr. Sean Cassidy, and I am the Senior Advisor here at John Marshall School of Information Technology. We are so excited to have you here with us today to celebrate this graduating class. So we would ask at this time if you could all please take a moment to silence your cell phones and ensure that all of your devices are quieted. And if without further ado, would you all please join me and stand to welcome in the graduating class of 2022.
Welcome, staff, scholars, and families. Remain standing as we welcome the JROTC for our presentation of colors, followed by the National Anthem performed by our own graduating senior, Troy Muniz.
Please be seated. Parents, families, friends, and distinguished guests of the class of 2022, welcome to the John Marshall School of Information Technology Annual Commencement Celebration. Today would not be possible without the help and support of everyone in this room. We are celebrating 75 total graduates, 32 of which will graduate with a GPA above a 3.0. Our scholars were offered a total of over $1.1 million in scholarships for college, which is more than double that of our graduates from last year. Students will be attending Ohio State University, Cleveland State University, Cuyahoga Community College, Ohio University, and Georgia State University. Several students from this graduating class are planning to study computer science, computer engineering, or IT after graduation. 10 students are planning to go into healthcare as doctors, nurses, or physical therapists. One of our ROTC cadets placed in the top 5% nationally and received an Outstanding Cadet Award. Another ROTC student was awarded a medallion by the Commanding General of the 23rd Air Force. And let's not forget our amazing Lawyers of the Year, Dot Bowie and Amari Thompson. At this time, I would like to introduce Mrs. Wendy Forey, our school counselor, who will present our top 10 scholars for the John Marshall IT class of 2022.
Thank you, Principal Hainline. John Marshall family, it is with great pleasure that we formally introduce the top 10 academic scholars of the class of 2022. At this time, would the following students please stand? Ranked number 1 in our valedictorian, Rayanne Othman. Not only is Rayanne receiving her diploma today, she recently completed her associate's degree at Cuyahoga Community College. Congratulations, Rayanne, on this amazing feat. Ranked number 2 in salutatorian, Maria Faye Palma. Number 3, Quinn Tran. Number 4, Amari Thompson. Number 5, Dot Bowie. Number 6, Conrad Ketchum Haller. Number 7, Rena Kasachayanula. Number 8, Brian Lee. Number 9, Yaracelis Munez. And number 10, Sabrin Adams. Congratulations on this incredible accomplishment, and congratulations to all of the class of 2022. Top 10 scholars, you may be seated. And now Ms. Gibson will tell us some other fabulous accomplishments of our class of 2022.
At this time, we would like to honor the students who were awarded the Alumni Association Scholarship. Please stand when you hear your name. Brian Lee. Jamarius Williams. You may now be seated. Many of our students have been working incredibly hard to secure various scholarships. In total, John Marshall IT students earned over $1.1 million in institutional aid. 8 students were awarded external scholarships. We will now honor these students. Please stand to be recognized when you hear your name. Maria Faye Palmer. Dat Bowie. Conrad Ketchum Haller. Brian Lee. Rayanne Othman. Amari Thompson. Quinn Tran. And Jemias Williams. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients. This scholarship money is going to be of great beneficial to all of our scholars as they prepare for their future studies in over 5 different colleges and universities. You may now be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce your 2022 class president, Catherine Santamaria.
Good afternoon, family, friends, staff, and most importantly, my fellow graduating class. Thank you for joining us today and showing up and supporting the graduating class of 2022. Today will be a day to remember. Not only is today a bit overwhelming, but it is filled with excitement. We have finally reached the highest peak and the end of our high school careers. Yet, only the beginning of our new life journeys, and so today is a day of celebration and recognition of all of our hard work, how far we've come, and the excitement of what lies ahead. These past 4 years have been filled with good times, laughs, successes, and improvements. But let's be honest, these last 4 years have not been easy either. So let's revisit. Flashback to freshman year with all the new adjustments and awkwardness, where we would walk around in circles pretending like we knew where our classes were, scrambling to keep up with the workload of high school, and having to ask the same teacher like 10 times for our locker combinations until our brains finally committed it to memory. To then, our sophomore year, where we started getting more involved with school, whether it was settling into new friend groups, signing up for a new sport, or joining a club. As for me, I joined the volleyball team, and it allowed me to be more social and make new friends, as well as enjoy what I love doing most. This is when I began to realize that high school was not just about homework and grades, but building a community and developing passion in all areas of my life. It was the clubs and the sports and the friends that helped me feel more comfortable and welcome at school. Next thing you know, our sophomore year was just wrapping up, and we were hit with something unexpected, something that none of us were prepared for. Our world completely shut down in a global pandemic, and it changed everything. All of those new clubs and sports and opportunities were canceled. School became a computer screen. Visitations from family and friends were completely cut off. Our faces and smiles were hidden by masks, and for some reason, which I still ask myself to this day, why wasn't there no toilet paper around? But in all seriousness, it was hard. Definitely not something we thought we'd had signed up for. But, as I said earlier, today is a day of celebration. So I'm not here to talk about what was lost, but rather what was gained from this experience together. And that leads me to our next stop, our final stop, senior year. Slowly but surely, our world opened up again, and it was time for us to step back into the building. But coming back, we had to deal with a pile of problems, including grades, friendships, routines, and just getting back on track with where we left off. But my fellow graduates, we made it happen. We put in our extra hours making up credits from last year's classes. We showed back up for our teams and clubs. We were kind to each other and supported one another's mental health. And overall, we have learned the value of humility and how hard it is to climb back up when our world is falling right in front of us. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that it was not us and us alone who got us here. We can never forget the value of community and the role they play in our success. Whether it was a ride from a family member or friend to football practice, or even teachers offering to stay after school to help us with trig homework, or even hearing remarks anytime we enter the classroom. Did you finish your work? You need to get a class. What are you going to do to get that grade up? And to that, we say thank you. And for me personally, thank you to my family and my friends for always supporting me to become my best self. I love you all. 2022. I'm almost done. 2022. We always wondered why we were connected to this number in some shape, way, or form. Little did we know it was our graduation year. We would always say that it was so far away, and we would always get told, those 4 years are gonna fly by fast, so make the best of it. And boy, was it true, because here we are today, 12 years of dedication and determination, laughs and cries. We can say it was worth it. Whether it's from the cap on your head down to your gown. Each and every one of you should be proud for earning that yourselves. We have had an amazing ride together, and I wish you all nothing but greatness. And with that, I say, congratulations, class of 2022. I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Rayanne Offman.
Good afternoon, parents, friends, teachers, mentors, administrators, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. My name is Rayanne Offman, JMIT's valedictorian. I'm honored to have been given the opportunity to be able to speak to you all today. To start, I want to thank those who have helped me be where I am today. To our teachers, thank you for teaching us all and providing support throughout our years here. The vast amount of new knowledge that we hold today is credit that we all owe to our teachers who taught us curriculum and life lessons inside the classroom. Thank you to the parents who had our backs 100% of the way. To my family, my sister, my mom, and my brother, thank you for having my back all the way. Thank you for being there when no one else was, and thank you for pushing me to keep going. I am grateful for the three of you, and I love you all. Thank you to all those who made our high school career and experience what it is today and what it will be as we look back upon these memories. Thank you in helping us pursue our dreams and goals and making it possible to progress forward with control and confidence. Most importantly, I must thank God. Without God, I am nothing and would not be where I am today. There is a verse in the Quran that states, "Wama tawfiki illa billah," which translates to, "And verily, my success is only by God." I live by that verse and will forever be thankful for the blessing God gives me. Alhamdulillah. Well, we did it. Well, we did it. We have all accomplished one of the early milestones of our lives, high school graduation. This is truly a major step in the journey of our lives, one that is recognized for its immense significance. We've all worked hard to get to this today, and our work and dedication did not go to waste. But graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is instead a small part of such a long journey ahead. Wherever your future takes you, let it take your summer far. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieved on the road should be taken as starting points for future and larger accomplishments. Our graduation should serve as a launching point, projecting us to wherever our futures are meant to take us, whether we continue in education, start a business, or land ourselves a career. All the paths we took, all the decisions we made, they all helped us realize who we were and who we wanted to be. We learned not to follow in footsteps, but to create our own. High school was a chance for us to shine once more. It was to discover how to stand up for our own beliefs. We didn't let our fears prevent us from showing our true selves. Finding yourself in the middle of a sea of so many friendships, it was a tough lesson to learn and even harder skill to gain. But sure enough, we have set our own trends and goals, not to let anyone discourage us. High school gave us a chance to learn to love ourselves, walk with confidence, and live without holding back. As I stand in front of you all today, I'm going to make each and one of you a promise. As I go through my journey of life, every breath that I take, every step that I manage, and every word that crosses my lips, each intention of mine would be to better the world. I'm telling you all this because I want this speech to be an invitation to you all to do the same. I challenge each and every one of you to strive to make this world a better place. With each breath that you breathe, with every step that you take, and every word that crosses your lips. We, the class of 2022, are a powerhouse of innovation and creativity. We'll push boundaries to make the world a better place, even in small ways. Always remember where you came from, and always remember where you are going. J.K. Rowling once said, "We do not need magic to change the world. We all carry the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better." May God bless you all, and congratulations, class of 2022.
All right, hello, JMIT class of 2022. You truly are a special class that has faced super unique challenges. Like many of you, our keynote speaker today has a lot of talents. He is multi-talented and has taken on challenges and turned them into opportunities, just as each and every one of you guys have done. Girard Cherry is a 3-time Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots, who currently serves as one of the voices of Cleveland Browns game day radio. Despite his amazing physical abilities, Gerard has not spent his life solely relying on his brawn. He holds a bachelor's degree in political science and a master's degree in education. As a dedicated man of faith, Gerard prides himself on providing charitable contributions and supporting his community. Without further ado, class of 22, families, and honored guests, please welcome this year's keynote speaker, Mr. Girard Cherry.
Thank you very much. And I was told I have about 2 hours to say what I need to say. Just kidding, just kidding. But before I do get started, congratulations to the parents, family, friends, the administrative staff, and the teachers that are here, because as the valedictorian and the class president said, no one truly does it alone, so you guys should be saluted as well. Go ahead, clap for them. All right, now let's get down to business, why I'm really here. And John Marshall High School class of 2022, no cap. Today is all about you. And why is it all about you? Well, it's all about you because you are the ones who have gone through some serious hardships. You are the ones who are in a place where, as you said earlier, you've had to be in front of a computer. You've had to do certain things that one is not accustomed to doing in the process of learning. When I went through my graduation, I did not have to face the problems that you guys have faced, and I applaud you. I am commending you, and I also place my hope in you. And you're probably saying, well, why do I place my hope in you? Well, we'll get into that. But it's no secret, the city, the country, the global community that we live in is in a state of turmoil and instability. Yet, in spite of the adversity that's taken place during the course of your education, you have not allowed a global pandemic, better known as COVID, as well as political insurrection, social unrest and injustice, the possibility of another world war, nor LeBron James leaving the Cavaliers again to prevent you from studying. I'm sure there were times when you thought to yourself, why bother with school? The future doesn't look too bright. And on top of all that, your way of living and learning was turned upside down. You've experienced going to school in front of a computer, as was said before. You know what it's like to no longer have the social interactions that have molded you, formed you, and made life worth living. You certainly know what it's like to be without. You've often found yourself isolated, alone, afraid you or someone you know, love and care for, may not live to see another day. Your youth should not be a time when you feel invincible. You should be a time, rather, where you feel invincible and not have to even consider the finality and unpredictability of life and death. Unlike previous graduating classes, you may know what it's like to experience a midlife crisis, not in your 30s, not in your 40s or your 50s, but in your teens. In other words, at the age of 17 or 18, you've survived and overcome more trauma than most adults have in their lifetime. And because of this, you are all overcomers. Maybe not on the same scale, but I too know what it's like to overcome. As a former professional athlete, I learned to appreciate that in order to accomplish something great, or better yet, in order to be capable of expressing your greatness, you have to be challenged. You've had the experience of overcoming adversity. You've had to push yourself to be pushed and been pushed by others. You've had to embrace the challenges that will inevitably come your way, and you've triumphed over them. I was part of a team that started off the season 1-3. Everyone, including the fans, were declaring that our season was over with. We were dealing with the death of one of our coaches. We lost our starting quarterback as well as our star wide receiver. We were considered a collection of has-beens and losers. All the while, dealing with the possibility of our head coach, Bill Belichick, being fired, and not knowing if an unproven second-year quarterback named Tom Brady was even capable of winning a game. We were the biggest underdog in Super Bowl history. No one respected us. No one gave us the chance of winning it all. I stand here today in front of you, as it was said earlier, with the privilege and honor of winning 3 Super Bowl rings, and with the same team. And I truly believe the hardships and the adversity that my team faced prepared us to be champions and great. Interestingly enough, I only have 2 of the 3 rings in my possession. And I know what you're probably thinking once I said that. And no, I did not pawn it. No, I did not put it on eBay, nor is it on Tracy. However, what I did was I donated that ring to charity, as was mentioned before, because I believe that if you're going to honor God with your sacrifice and you truly desire to make the world a better place, you need to give your all and be willing to part with what you value most. In essence, sacrifice. From that donation, orphans now have a home. People who didn't have access to clean water now have water wells, and individuals that had no hope now have a future. In America, we like to label our various generations. We have baby boomers, we have Generation X, we have Generation Y, we have millennials, and we also have a group we call the Greatest Generation. The reason why we call this group the Greatest Generation is because you and I have the benefit to this very day in America from their efforts and experience. These individuals, much like yourselves, lived in times of great adversity and uncertainty. They dealt with an economic pandemic, better known as the Great Depression. Though this was one of the hardest times in America from a social economic standpoint, it didn't weaken them. It gave them the ability and fortitude to persevere. Ultimately, they sacrificed their lives in an effort to win World War II. Because of their efforts and struggle during that time, America enjoys financial prosperity and is the most powerful and wealthiest nation on the face of this planet. John Marshall High School class of 2022, I believe that you all have the capacity to be even greater. As I mentioned earlier, I put my hope in you. And the reason why I put my hope in you is because you have the benefit of history to know where the greatest generation fell short. I believe because of you and what you have experienced, you realize that America can only move forward and be a better society if you pour your time, talent, and treasure to uplift not only yourselves, but others as well. I believe that you realize all of American citizens should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All American citizens should have a voice. All American citizens should have a right to social justice. All American citizens should live in a society in which they know they matter. You have gone through a great struggle for a reason. Today we honor you and we celebrate the fact this graduation signifies that you are equipped, that you are ready to impact this city, country, and world to make it a better place. God bless you, and congratulations, John Marshall High School class of 2022. You've certainly earned it.
Thank you very much, Gerard. It is now time for the moment we have all been waiting for, the presentation of the class of 2022. It is with my humble regard that I introduce to you all today Dr. Lisa Thomas.
Principal Hainline, class advisors, members of the faculty, do you attest to the fact that these students assembled here have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by John Marshall School of Information Technology, the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all of the students seated before us this afternoon have met all of the educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. These students are now ready to receive their diplomas.
Now, by the authority of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, I have the high honor to bestow upon you, the members of the John Marshall School of Information Technology class of 2022, your diploma with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
At this time, we will welcome Sean Cassidy, our senior advisor, to the podium to announce the names of our graduates.
Family and friends, this is such an important and joyous moment in our ceremony, and we know that every parent wants to hear their child's name called. So we would ask that as we call the names of the graduates, we please hold our applause and our celebration until we have read all of the names. And with that said, row one, will you please stand and approach the podium? Rayanne Othman. Maria Faye Palma. Quinn Tran. Amari Thompson. Conrad Ketchum Holler. Rina Kasichayanula. Brian Lee. Yariselis Munoz. Sabrine Adam. Shahad Al-Khalif. Jylen Austin. Elvis Beltran. India Blankenship. Antonio Bogan. Rain Brown. Deshaun Burnett. Davion Caldwell. Ben Cancelon. Armianti Carter. Congratulations, row one. You may now be seated. Row two, will you please now stand? Chamil Cintron. Christian Contreras. Adriel Cruz. Zantre Daly. Alejandra Diaz Colon. Ilan Diaz. Samaj Douglas. Christian Figueroa. Annalise Flynn. Daniel Franquis Ramos. Jared Garcia Diaz. Kayla Gramajo Lopez. Wesley Gresham. Ayana Harris. Marco Harvey. Kaylee Jones. Bakuru Kisa. Jasmine Knox. Lewis Lee. William Leeson. Congratulations, row two. You may now be seated. Row three at this time, will you please stand? Jesse Mahan. Ariana Merritt. Tashawn Monaghan. Aidel Montanez. Eduardo Montes. Troy Muniz. Antonio Newhoff. Amtul Noor. Aline Sabumarimyi. Kayla Pulliam. Shanti Quinones Perez. Zoe Raish. Jairo Ramirez Murillo. Caroline Reyes. Anthony Rivera. Marion Robinson. Abel Rodriguez Cruz. Alicia Rolón. Jimmy Salcedo. Catherine Santamaria. Congratulations, row 3. You may now be seated. At this time, row 4, will you please stand? Irili Santiago. Kyle Schuster. Hannah Thompson. Cameron Thornton. Isis Torres Gonzalez. Tyrese Townsell. Kalia Triggs. Aonte Triplet Vaughn. Jacob Vielman. Ariana Vigilante. Jemias Williams. Justin Williams. Kaiden Wilson. Jessica Woolfolk. Ari Wright. Nermeen Youssef. Taya Benson. Congratulations, row 4. You may now be seated. On behalf of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, I wish to congratulate the graduating class of 2022. And now, graduates, it is time to move your tassels from the right, hold on. From the right side to the left side. And if you ever forget which side your tassel goes on, remember that you wear it on the left over your heart to remind you of your alma mater. Graduates, please turn.
As we conclude our ceremony, please stay in your seats and allow our graduates to process out first. They will meet you outside, so families, once they process out, you will leave out the main entrance. They will walk around out and they will meet you in the front by the flagpole where you can take as many photos as you like. Thank you all for attending the commencement services for John Marshall School of Information Technology, class of 2022, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.